This is the Neewer KM23 wireless lavalier microphone. Now, this microphone is aimed at content creators trying to up their audio game at a budget price. Now, I have done a whole slew of testing, whether it was noisy, quiet, outdoors, indoors, maybe a little windy. And in this video, I'm going to tell you exactly what this thing can do and where it falls short. I'm Buckworm, and on this channel, I dive into the creative tools, tech, and workflows to help make your content better without wasting your money. Now, Neewer and I have zero contractual agreement. I don't have to say that this is an awesome product. I can just tell you exactly how I feel because they sent it to me to review it for you. Inside the box, you're going to get one of these bad boys. A hard, softish carrying case, which I happen to love because look at this thing. You could throw this in a cross bag, a camera bag, a backpack, a purse, or just have it on your person, which is the idea because it's a mobile content creation audio device. Now inside this thing, we're gonna open it up and you're gonna get a beautiful USB-C to USB-C to USB charging cable. I'm gonna show you what this looks like because obviously that sounded insane. USB to two USB-Cs. This is actually how you can charge the actual microphone modules at the same time. Very nice, pretty cool. Never seen anything like this. Now you also get this little netting that holds the accessories. You're gonna get two sets of these inside the accessories bags, which also I would never throw these out, these little Ziploc bags. It keeps everything kind of organized. When you are breaking down and setting up equipment, you know where everything goes. And you also don't have to worry about your muffs getting ruined or like something like that. So it keeps them nice and clean. Here's a muff. This is for wind and plosives, good for outdoors. We also have this, which is an adapter for lightning connection for the transmitter because it innately has a USB-C that plugs directly into the bottom of your phone. And you also get one of these little magnet button things so you can, you know, put the mic in clever spots depending on where it is if it can't just clip onto the shirt. Very nice. Now we also have this little cheeky trap door which you can open up, and there is our product. You're gonna get two receivers, or I'm sorry, two microphones, boom, and you're also gonna get the receiver. The microphone quality and build is probably what you would expect out of like a $50, $60 microphone. Like it doesn't feel like incredibly junky or like hollow. It feels pretty solid, but it does also feel like 50, 60 bucks. It's not like some sort of like iPhone build where it's got some like heaviness and like an outer like metal casing. It's plastic. And the same thing goes for this. But all in all, the build quality is about as expected. On the receiver, you have this little yellow button. When you click that, there's 3 levels of gain. So you could have it at the lowest level and you can have it at the highest level, which is 3. And there's also these 2 little lights on there, which shows what mic is connected or if that they're connected at all. I really, really appreciate a company that puts in the time to make a case for their products, especially small ones. I feel as though that sometimes when products are cheaper or they're more compact, that they kind of don't think about making a nice case for it. And you want to keep everything organized. Having a carrying case, that's a plus. So let me show you a quick setup on how all the gear comes together. It's quite easy and it's pretty quick. You're going to take the receiver like this. You're gonna plug it into the bottom of your phone. Mine's an iPhone 16, so it does have the USB-C connector. If you don't, we do have an adapter for that for lightning. Once it's put together, you're gonna get 2 lights going. One that's blinking, that means that that mic is not connected. The one that is just standard, that means that there is a mic connected. Now, these 3 lights, you can only see 2, that is the gain. You're gonna press the yellow button in order to raise the gain or lower the gain. There's only low, medium, and high. Now, as for the mic setup, you're gonna have the microphone like this. You're gonna press this button right there. Let me see if I can get that in frame for you. There you go. Now it's connected. That blue light indicates that. If I press it again, you're gonna get a green light. It's really hard to see, but that green light next to it says ENC. And ENC stands for environmental noise canceling. I will get to that later because that is a big deal to have on a product at this price range. Real quick, I'm going to show you how the whole thing sets up. You're going to take your little muff. Again, you don't need this on to record all the time. This is strictly for like plosives, which is like the sounds, a lot of wind, or windy, noisy outdoor environments. That's about it. So you don't need to have this on. I don't want you to think that. What you do is you take the clip, you stick it on like this, and Bob's your uncle, you're good to go. It's all set up, and that's really it. If you wanted to move it, say use the magnet like so, you could take that, put it on the bottom middle of your shirt. Maybe they have a jacket with fur hood, you can't put it up there. Now you got it right here. You could also reverse that, which is you could put the mic on the inside and put the magnet on the outside. You could hide the mic a little better. Now I am wearing a black shirt, which does hide it pretty well. I also wouldn't recommend that. We will get to that later. So that's really it. It's plug and play, no software, good to go, portable as ever, exactly what it's supposed to be, which I love. You know, there's no like quips and stupid shit you have to worry about. You don't have to worry about firmware or anything like that. The only thing you have to do is charge it, make sure it's all good to go, and plug it in, and you're happy. So now that you've seen the entirety of how the setup works, the build, the case, I think it's time for us to do some testing. That's why you came here. You want to hear how this thing works. So I'm going to show you guys a multitude of different scenarios that you could be finding yourself as a content creator on the go. Outdoors, indoors, noisy, quiet, windy, that's really it. So let's jump into that. I'll see you out there. So for the first test, I wanted to make sure we had the most optimal setup possible. You're indoors with no fans or AC, outdoor noise or commotion or fire trucks or anything. This is absolutely the best situation. For each of these tests, I'm going to show you how the mic works in the regular mode, which it's also at the middle gain. All of these are going to be at the middle gain. I figured it would make sense just to have them at the middle of the road. So here it is. This is how it sounds. I'm also going to show you guys what it sounds like with the ENC. And then after that, I'm going to have it tested against the native iPhone. Now, I am getting some noise outside. So if you hear that, that's what that is. There's a fire department outside my house. So that's actually kind of good for the testing. Now we're going to try it with the noise cancellation, and you should hear a change in my voice. It probably isn't drowning out anything because there's not much to drown out, just some little bit of noises outside, and it probably is canceling that out. Now let's give it a shot against just the iPhone. So here is the native iPhone sound. As you can tell, you can hear the distance, right? That sounds a lot more open and maybe more reverby. It's not as close and as like flat sounding. So for our next test, I want to do an indoor environment, but a noisier one with a more common element in the background. An AC unit, a fan, or just a white noise hiss, which will follow you everywhere. It doesn't matter where. It happens to professional audio crews, professional production companies, and even mobile content creators. And even more so for you guys, because you're recording in gas stations, malls, on the street, in a movie theater. I don't know, don't do that. Just a lot of different places where the noise isn't controlled. So I figured that this would be a pretty good test. Now for the next part, I'm gonna show you guys this with the ENC. That's the environmental noise canceling mode. I'm gonna throw that on and see if it lowers the sound obstruction. Now I will say that this is pretty noisy. I'm standing directly near it, and you can probably tell by the level of my voice that I am trying to speak over it. With the ENC, it should be kind of crushing in the hertz and trying to eliminate where the low ends tend to sit. And now for the next test, I'm going to show you guys the same thing, but with the native iPhone audio. One sec. And here we are. Native iPhone audio. So you probably hear the fan a little bit more. My voice probably sounds a little bit more airy. What I don't know is that, does iPhone have its own noise cancellation software? I couldn't tell you, but we're considering the iPhone the control and raw audio. So here you go. Now for our next test. Now here I am standing on a busy corner in the middle of the city. I've got to yell because I'm using the iPhone native microphone. Now I'm gonna add in the transmitter. Somebody's honking at me. We love it. Boom. Now we have the KM23 set up on my shirt. Tons of noise, kids yelling in the background. Like I said, wind going, people everywhere. Now this is the version without the ENC enabled. Now we're gonna put the ENC on. Now the ENC is on. So things should sound a lot more squished, like I've said before. Let me know if there's a massive difference. Let me know if you even like it with the ENC on or off, even if it is canceling the noise out, because I tend to think that it lowers the quality. That's just me. So here's our final test, probably the hardest test it's gonna go through. I'm using the native iPhone audio, and we're doing a run and gun scenario where you're just moving and grooving, because a lot of you content creators aren't gonna be set up on some sticks or tripod or GoPro or mount. You're just gonna be moving. The wind's gonna be blowing. That's just what it is. And I know it sounds like crap on the iPhone. So here we go. We're gonna put in the transmitter. All right. We've got the lav on. We're moving, no ENC. Lots of wind blowing my way. Birds chirping above me, people slamming their doors. So yes, I'm still in a very noisy environment. Now we're gonna try it with the ENC on. Here's the ENC. Again, crushed vocals, possibly helping out a lot. I would like to also know from you guys, is the ENC hurting the quality of the microphone, even if it is cutting out those frequencies underneath? What's up, Dave? You want to get in here? Come here.
What's going on?
What you want to say? You want to say anything?
Yeah, like I said, this guy Buck here, good guy. He live in the same building I live in.
Don't give him too much information.
He make a lot of noise all the time.
Nah.
He plays goddamn guitar. He beat drums.
Nah. Don't tell him anything about me.
Come on, don't stop. Don't stop.
You want more?
You want trying to stop me. Now, Buck is a good guy.
Thanks, Dave.
Very good guy, bro.
Thanks. I appreciate it. You're funny. Now that we're back inside, we've talked to my neighbor, we've been all across the city, and you've seen it in every environment, indoors, outdoors. I'm sure you have an idea of what this thing can do. I have an idea of what it can do. I also have an idea of what it can't do. The one thing that I will say right off rip is that the quality of sound isn't incredibly great. Is it better than the iPhone? Sometimes. It definitely cuts out more of the background noise even without the ENC on that the iPhone doesn't give you. So you can be a little bit more mobile. You can be outdoors. It does give you that edge, but it also just doesn't sound amazing. It's got a very medium range. You clip a lot. I had it on medium volume the whole time. It's kind of muddy, right? And then when you put the ENC on, it does like this crappy noise gate thing that I'm sure audio people out there get this. Sometimes the gate is too sensitive and it's like this, like, I don't know how to explain it. This closing and opening of sound coming in and out. It's very inconsistent, and that does happen here. It works well inside. It works well with a AC behind it. And it works okay actually outside with noise and stuff, but the quality of sound just isn't great. And for what it's worth, they give you a lot of stuff. I mean, you get this awesome case and they give you everything: an adapter, 2 muffs, 2 mics, a charger. I just wish they spent a little bit more time on the quality of the microphone. Maybe I'm wrong in that they shouldn't have put the money and time into making this case. They probably could have put the time and money into a better, more quality sounding microphone. It gets the job done. It's in the right price range. That's what you're gonna get when you pay for a mic like that. A DJI, when you're going upwards of over $100 and more, you're gonna get that more crisp, clear audio. But that's really expensive. Content creators are not looking to spend that much money. I mean, this is their production company. So I get it, and I understand why you'd pick this up. And I'm probably going to still use it because I don't have a wireless lav mic. So yeah, it fits into my kit. It's not a please don't get this, but if you're looking to spend money on this, consider your options and consider how often you're going to use it. In the future, I probably will get something a little bit more robust. That's really my take on it. I think it's okay. I think it does its job, but I don't think it's go run to the store and get it. If you guys have any questions or if I missed anything at all, let me know in the comments. Let me know if you have microphones in this price range that you think are better or worse, because I would love to try them. And again, if this video helped you in any sort of way purchasing an item or not purchasing an item, or just learning a thing or two about sound, please give me a little like or comment or even a subscription. I would really appreciate it. You're going to keep me afloat by doing that. But that's it, guys. I'm Buckworm, and I'll catch you on the next one. See ya.